What's up guys, jtmoffroad here. Today's video, there's a lot I gotta get you guys caught up on. By now, you know the overall idea of what's going on with the build. We parted out a truck, still have plenty of the parts here. Been talking with a lot of people and just a little bit of a process, but we're moving along. We're getting some money made and things are going pretty well. And so the other thing is, in the meantime, I ended up having to get my appendix out, so I was down for a little bit. And you know, right after I got out, next day, I've been thinking about getting a welder and finally decided what I was going to get. So this is what I got. I ended up getting a new Lincoln Power MIG 140. So the cool thing about this is it's actually a multi-process. So right away it's set up for MIG and stick. And if you buy the extra torch, then you can get, then you can be set up for TIG. So huge improvement for the channel. This can be great. Having an actual MIG setup and not having to do flux anymore. Oh, this does flux also, you know, kind of without saying, but I can finally stop using that thing. We now have this, and that is superb. So I was about to buy, no, I actually did buy a Harbor Freight titanium. I think it was one of their 220s, and I forget exactly what it was set up for. It's out of my mind now. It's been a few weeks since I did that, but I ordered it and immediately regretted doing that. It doesn't come with a warranty. It's like a 90-day warranty, and you know, it says it can do a lot. I was watching some reviews and I just didn't feel right. I was spending, you know, a decent chunk of money to get a welder that was practically disposable. Didn't feel good with that. You know, the little Harbor Freight 90 amp, I don't even think they sell it anymore, but the little Harbor Freight 90 amp, it was like an $80 thing. I was just getting into welding. It made sense. Buying a welder from Harbor Freight later on, I don't know. Didn't make sense to me. It had like a 90-day warranty. You can't really buy parts for it. It's a disposable welder. I figured maybe I should go with something a little better. So I started looking at Hobart and Lincoln and was going back and forth between the two, and eventually was convinced into getting a Lincoln. And this is one that you buy at a dealer. It's not like a retail store Lincoln. It's a little more than that. So they have a 3-year warranty. You know, you can buy parts for it. They have better circuit boards. Hopefully this is going to last me a long time. I don't have to buy a welder anytime soon after this. So it's a 140, so it runs off 120. So I don't have to change anything up here in my garage. So my garage is actually set up, does have 220. That guy runs off 220. And for my breaker, it says it runs off 20 amps. It says it runs off 20 amps. I'm not very great with electrical work, but I've been told that I could just use a 30 amp breaker in there. It says it runs off 120, 20 amp, but reading in the instructions a little more, it talks more about like a 30 amp breaker stuff, I believe. I can't remember. So my wiring's all set up for how it needs to be, so I just have to change out some breakers, and I'm going to change out a few of the outlets around here that I need to run that. So not a whole lot of work with that. I don't have to do any wiring, so it's just, you know, swapping out a few things. So that's great. So that's huge. I still have to buy a bottle for that. That was kind of at the end of my spending limit for that, so I had to wait a little bit. So I will be getting a bottle soon. We'll be doing that. So that was kind of a purchase to go a little further with the Avalanche. This is going to have a lot of body work I was going to have to do. And so, changed my mind on this. I'm not going to be doing this truck. I'm going to be doing my truck. My truck's a little cleaner. I thought, you know, this would be a good idea to do it on this. That way I have plenty of time. You know, I can drive my truck around still since that's my daily driver, and I don't have to do anything with that. I can just do it all with this truck, with this R title. more I'm looking at it, the more I'm starting to add things up into my head. This truck's going to need a lot, and my truck's pretty much ready to go for a lift whenever I want. And it's just going to be the downtime between taking the axles out of this with the 410s, putting in my truck. So I just feel like it's going to be better, and some of you have already commented saying this thing has a lot of rust, don't even bother with it. You guys are right. I kind of had that feeling this whole time, and I've been a little off about it. I finally decided I should do the right thing and just lift my truck. So that's what we're doing. We're going to part this truck out. No real sense in selling it whole, because no one's going to pay for what I want to get out of it. I need to buy wheels and tires for my truck. You know, Rough Country did an awesome thing and hooked me up with a 6-inch lift for my truck. I've told you guys about that, but I still have to buy wheels and tires. So parting everything out is going to pay for the wheels and tires. So we've already kind of sold a couple things off this. Sold some of the tail lights, tailgate. I have to start working on take the bumpers off. Transmission, you know, somebody already wants a transmission in the transfer case. So I'm going to start pulling all that stuff out. I'll probably start videoing this as I take things apart. Probably not going to be super documentative. That's a word? I don't know. Probably won't video like a super amount with this, but I will video here and there as I'm parting this thing out. And because I feel like that'd be some pretty fun content. I thought I had a lot of fun tearing the other truck apart. It was outside. This is now in the garage, so I think this will be fun to take apart in here. And yeah, so we just need to make some money and turn this thing around and pull my truck in and start lifting that. So I guess that kind of catches you guys up with what's been going on here. You know, with the Appendix out, I haven't been able to lift or do anything. So I've been selling some parts here and there, but I've honestly been having people lift them because I'm allowed to lift over 20 pounds for a week. So I had one idea. So the main thing with this truck was I wanted to have this one because I had more headroom in it since there's no sunroof. So kicking ideas around, let me know what you think. But I have a headliner there that is for an Avalanche with no sunroof. I'm wondering if there's a way to drop the sunroof out of mine and cut some of that stuff out. Maybe leave the glass there. I don't know how that all works. But I wonder if I could just put that headliner in that truck. I don't know what's all involved with it. I'd have to take the headliner out of my truck to see what's actually there, what would be involved with that. I don't really want to go with cutting the roof off of this one, putting it on mine. I feel like that's getting to be a lot of work, and I don't know how clean that's going to look, being that I'm not really a body guy or anything. But I don't know. You guys out there, if you have any experience with any of that kind of stuff, you know how that would work. If it would work at all, it's just a thought. I'm going to be okay with my truck with the height. You know, if I don't fit in it all that great, I've dealt with it for years now. I can deal with it for some more years. So, but it was just a thought. I already have a headliner here. I have the headliner in that one. Might as well take advantage of it if I can make it work. If not, oh well. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think about, using my truck. My truck's in way better condition. I think it'll be better, a little cleaner. I do like the Avalanches without the cladding a little more than the ones with. Also, the front grille, the whole setup here, this Avalanche setup with the cladding, it's a little different than the Silverado style that mine has. So these are a little slanted further back. The hood actually starts a little further back too. The Avalanche hood, my Avalanche hood actually goes out a little more, and it's a little more, straight up and down, not so much slanted. I don't know. I like my style a little more, so I think it's going to look good. I think it's going to look good with that. Probably not going to do any painting now. I like the color of my truck. I'm probably going to leave it. I do still have the rockers here, so those rockers eventually will make it onto my truck. I'll probably have to do some other body work in the back. I don't know if I really want to do a color match with that. Probably I might do just like a black strip along the bottom. I was kind of against it at first, but I've been seeing more and more trucks with it, and I kind of like it. I'd even entertain the thought of doing a different color if it would look good with my, you know, goldish silver or whatever you want to call it. But I don't know what would really look good with that. So, you know, if you guys have any ideas, drop them down there. I'd entertain some thoughts. So, yeah. So I think you guys are all caught up. You'll expect to see some videos of me parting this truck out. Hopefully we'll get this moving pretty quick and hopefully get into lifting the Avalanche here soon. So, a lot of exciting stuff coming up, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Subscribe if you haven't already. We'll see you in the next one.